Hello and welcome back to Rise of the Tomb Raider. This is part 11. My name is Gina. Let's get into it. I apologise I wasn't able to do an hour yesterday. I was very busy. Today, literally any moment in the next hour, hopefully I'll be able to get this hour done. If I get a text, I'm literally going to have to run for it, so I don't know how long this episode's going to be. So yeah. So we were helping Sophia get her people out of the tower because Trinity has attacked a tower. They believe that the Atlas is inside. The Atlas is the map on the way to where the divine source is. I still think Jacob is the prophet. Oh, I've got grenade arrows, yes. Alright, I'm just going to try and probably very wisely keep my phone on my knee. Oh, so it's already in here.
The day I feared has come. There can be no more denying it. The helicopters we saw last sundown represent a new incursion onto our lands. We have grown up in the shadow of our parents' struggle, and now, it seems, we will have our own. But the sacred duty must be done. We must protect the source of God's grace on Earth.
That's a lot of hype, that would be a good payoff.
Seems to be a map of some sort, but I can't quite read the words.
I really want there to be some sort of, because in all the previous Tomb Raiders there is like a magical element. Like even in the previous game, Tomb Raider, there was the samurai people, and to be honest, even though they had that huge samurai bear guy, which implied like a non-human kind of creature form / magic or supernatural, since all those samurai were male, were they not necessarily immortal, but they just like not die of old age? Because there were no women and they pretty much burned all their women. Were they? Because the shipwreck survivors were Matthias' people. Oh, that's okay. I just thought, were the samurai people? I'm sorry to bring in the concept of reproducing asexually, but that just kind of like came up. I was like, there must be just a community of not exactly immortal, because they obviously died shoot an arrow in them, but just did die of old age. I don't know, because it didn't seem like there were any female samurai.
I'm here, but we're taking fire from the choppers. I need you to get Trinity.
A papal bull.
Over in a moment,
lead
Jacob.
seal marking the authenticity of a document. This must have been attached to something of great import, like a writ of excommunication.
Titus. That is a sinister side profile, mate.
Attention, any way you can.
On my way.
Leave it to me. I can do this.
I can do anything. I'm Lara Croft. Oh, sorry, I was going to loot off the dead body there. Obviously that's below me, looting on that dead body. How do I do it again? Was it? How do I? Silly me. There we go. And they didn't hear that. Oh. Oh, you did not even go there.
She's reloading. Shoot her.
I can't? Okay. Taking my time, Jacob, if you don't mind.
Down! Get down!
We got a man down.
Ah!
Flush her out.
That wasn't even enough time. That was severely away from where I was, man. Ah. Is the helicopter going to start shooting at me now? Maybe saying that you're going to throw a grenade isn't a very good idea. Just the element of surprise might be, whoa, the stool is going backwards. Throwing a grenade! Stupid. Punching you in the face. So I should say that before I kill them.
Jacob, it looks like we've got the upper hand.
Good work. Those choppers should be reached.
That hay. We did it.
Campfire!
Laura, are you there?
Oh, I can't.
Trinity is swarming the tower. We're trapped in the catacombs beneath.
Just hold on. I'm on my way.
We got a man down. I'm gonna kill you.
I'm gonna do a spin in the air before I die. Dramatic death. Probably counterproductive, but okay.
It's over.
Now it's over. Stealth mode. Should I do it?
5, we're heading into the catacombs. Need some backup here.
Got it. On our way. Why don't we just drop in some grenades and be done with it?
Okay.
She's here.
Oh,
Damn right I am.
yeah.
Hold this position. Put her back.
Woo!
Reinforcements are here. Get her down. Covering fire.
Ooh.
Come and try. Come on.
Oops, straight in the head. I was right in the head. Oh, whatever.
Advancing.
Come on, I wanted the challenge.
Hostile spotted.
Oh, have I run out of ammo? Easy. Ooh.
Jacob. They're gone.
I fear this battle is far from over.
Will you tell me more about this place?
You've earned that much. Come with me.
I'm going to roll my eyes every time someone says something that's cliched or enigmatic or mysterious, where it's not a simple answer, where because Jacob just seems to talk in mysteries. It's like, what is this place? There's much you do not know.
In ancient times, our prophet brought the divine source to this valley. My ancestors built Kitezh to protect it from the outside world.
To what end? What is the divine source, Jacob?
I want a straight answer, please.
An artifact from a time long forgotten.
We know that.
We believe it holds a fragment of God's soul.
That's a little something new.
Legend tells us those who beheld the source were granted immortality.
Please elaborate.
But others have always been drawn here, seeking its power.
Trinity.
We know.
Yes. They seek to spread their darkness across the world.
Predictable.
With the source, their soldiers would be unstoppable.
Then help
Insert
me
Sean
find
Connery,
it
Nazis
before
will
they
march across
do.
the globe like a thing of darkness.
This is not your burden.
Of course it is. My father died for this.
You can't fill the emptiness inside you, Lara. You can only set it free.
I'm gonna find it. With or without you. Wait, Sophia, let me go. I have to do what I can.
You spilt blood for us. I want to help.
You know where the Atlas is?
The cathedral. In the archives below. But we won't follow you there.
Why? What will I find?
There are others. The Deathless Ones.
Well, then you.
They will kill any who trespass. My father believes they will stop Trinity.
You can't take that chance.
I know.
Well, you've never even heard of
Here.
them before.
Take this. It will help you reach the cathedral.
But we've never even heard of the Deathless Ones before, have we? We've only just been told by Sophia, so maybe because we've not heard of them, it's because no one's lived to survive them. Surely that's a good enough sign that they might stop Trinity. You know, that's a bit like in the first Pirates of the Caribbean and Black Pearl. Leaves no survivors. Then where do the stories come from? If there's no survivors, then you wouldn't know the story. If there's one survivor, then that person will spread the fear, and then everyone will be like, oh, Black Pearl leaves no survivors. Well, clearly not, because there was one survivor to live to tell the tale. There's one thing that's getting me about this reboot, in a way. There's loads of mention of the father. Now, I've not played the recent games in a while. I believe it was Legend, and I loved that. That was amazing, because Lara Croft is meant to be the female strong lead. Like, she was one of the first in gaming to be a female strong lead. Rather than Princess Peach in another castle you're supposed to defend, she is the hero. She's the independent woman. Also, she loved doing her job. She had fun, she was curious, she was adventurous, she took risks, she wasn't afraid to get dirty, she didn't take any shit from anybody else. And in this, it's like, oh, my father, my father, my father. This isn't Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider was a British woman who loved adventuring. Sure, it's an origin story, but I can't see her developing into the Lara Croft that we loved in the early 90s. Okay, how do I do this? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Ah, okay. Again, it's like, oh, it's always my father, it's not my mother, my mother. Granted, Tomb Raider Legend did that, where it was like, that was the whole, I loved that kind of like twist where you realise at the end it was like a self-fulfilling prophecy when she realised, hang on, this is a time loop. I instigated this. It's almost like a self-fulfilling paradox. And I loved that story. But to always make it about the father, like, I must do this because of my father, it's not really much like in the because in the previous Tomb Raider, Roth was like the surrogate father figure because her father had died previously. So far, there's not really any mention of the mother. Maybe with this reboot they're trying to get the father-daughter connection, which previous installments maybe never did. But being what Lara Croft was, that was my fault. It just seems like there's always a father figure, like, I will avenge my father, I will, you know, so every strong female lead that nearly has to have like a fatherly figure to it. Like Ellen Ripley, no mention of a father. Granted, she had a daughter, but there, female lead. She didn't have to have a husband or a father or love interest. Oh, for fuck's sake! Alright, I think the game's starting to get pissed off with me now, so I'm going to try and just get through this, and then I'll continue the rant. Come on! There we go. So it just annoys me, because, granted, my dad inspires me, but so does my mum. And, okay, every origin story is going to be different, but I've yet to see an origin story where it's like, oh, I'm doing this for my mother. I'm doing this, like, especially if it's a strong female lead story. And that's what Caroline Duffy? Angela Carter with, with the end of, what was it called?
Lara, if you're headed to the cathedral, Trinity will be everywhere.
That I know,
sometimes,
but I have no choice.
That a woman can't always save herself. We women have to help each other.
Have been through so much, yet they continue to fight. They are bound by an oath taken by their ancestors, a duty handed down from the past. But I see a people who simply want to live in peace. I believe it's time for them to let go of the past. If I can find the Atlas, it might lead to the divine source. I could take it away from here. They wouldn't have to suffer anymore. They could share the burden of the truth with the world. But if all this leads to nothing, I don't know what I'll do.
It won't lead to nothing. We'll do it. I didn't want to interrupt Lara there. Because it's always... So, with Angela Carter, she said sometimes for there to be a change, we can't easily go from it's always like the mentor, the dead mentor, like, even in Star Wars with Obi-Wan Kenobi being killed in A New Hope, sometimes, and like Phil Coulson in Avengers, you need to avenge someone, you need to have someone kind of like die who you idolised or as a mate to instigate a change for you to kind of go through this. Oh, okay. No, that wasn't something. So we need more female idols or mentors. So Roth in the previous.
Here is your lesson for today. Bring me any creature with feathers. The birds in our valley fly mostly by day, nesting away at dark. You've seen gulls and other kinds farther afield. Those common birds would count for today's lesson, but it would lack ambition. You clever students who wish to impress me would do well to head to the high elevations between dawn and dusk. I would find Buzzard most impressive. And before you ask, the chickens around our village came here with our ancestors. Bringing me a tame bird from your mother's yard will not fulfill the assignment.
So yeah, like, Roth just seems like a regurgitated, like, why not just make it the father figure? It's always a father figure, never a mother figure. Disney always never has, like, mothers, so it's always father. Anyway, you could write an essay about this, but I'm always like, why is it always a male mentor? Why can't it be a female mentor? Especially with Tomb Raider's origin story. Why can't it just be like... It's just cliched writing, making a surrogate father that dies, or a father figure that dies. It would be, as a female strong lead, it would be far more fascinating. And oh, here we go. Like, it would just be more integral to Tomb Raider's character to be a mother figure. Because I can't imagine the Tomb Raider I grew up with this being her previous self. She was witty. She was, you know, I just can't see her evolving into this kind of person. I'm gonna give her a chance because it's a reboot, and I love Tomb Raider. I just think it would be braver with it being a female figure, and a lot more related to the kind of like nature of a female lead, like women inspiring women.
I made a mistake today. One that threatens to lead to more mistakes. I spent time alone with Alya. Something I have avoided until now. She reminds me of my beloved Sophia, whom I thought I'd long forgotten, and it opens my heart like a wound. She clouds my judgment, even when she is not present. I sound like a giddy child, and those days are far behind me. I must bury these old feelings deep and stay apart from my people for a time.
Because I think the biggest thing that made my eyes roll in the previous game was when she was like, ugh, I hate tombs. It's like as subtle as in that Halle Berry Catwoman film, when she's like, oh, I am never ever wearing that suit again. The leather suit that she eventually changes into the cat costume. Like, it's like, oh yeah, you say that, but you know, like, what's it called? Contrast or something. See me. So it's like, oh haha, because it's called Tomb Raider and you're actually going to end up as Tomb Raider. Like, no, I'd like it if part of it was choice. Because, I mean, she wouldn't be on this trip if she wasn't going to encounter some sort of ancient burial or whatever, you know? It's a bit like being an archaeologist and not expecting to dig a bit. I want some more witty comments. I was actually impressed. She nearly said the C word. Like, she wouldn't shy away from that.
You're alive. Good. We got most of the wounded to safety. The invaders returned. They've taken the upper village. There are more of us, down in the valley, organizing for our resistance. We'll take any extra hands we can get. If you're going back to the village, be careful. Hello there.
Thank you, I will. What? Hello there. Is this like Hawaii? Aloha, where it's goodbye and hello? I'm looking forward to Last of Us 2. Oh! Hello. Splish splashing. Okay, I'll concentrate now. Into the water. Awesome! Okay, sorry, I think my BF just said he turned the heating on. It's getting really hot in here now because I've also got the mobile radiator on.
You took any alive? I reckon it probably could have delivered. The bonus wasn't worth it.
Yeah. One of them surrendered and the company men were watching. Had to turn him over.
They taking him back to the old prison?
Just the ones they think might know something about the Atlas. Constantine's gonna ask them a few questions. They've got the rest back up near the cathedral.
Someone's gonna have some fun.
That must be them. Hoping.
You hear that? I'll go look.
I copy.
Let's go.
Sure. I'll check.
This isn't right. Check it out.
Got you covered. An arrow.
really cool stealth moment. Push. Oh, I couldn't even see the fire was in the way. Hello. I'm not very good with the arrows. Ah! Oh, I'm so not good with the arrows. Come on out. Oh, that's it. I've wasted enough ammunition on you.
It's over!
Now it's over. I've wasted so many arrows on that. Hang on, bear with. Okay. Why is that? Huh. Yeah. No, I don't want you. Is there any points? I'd say no. Oh, I could have stealthily gone up here, eh?
It's not Nukes. Creepy-looking guy with a scarred face named Constantine gave us a big speech, talked about destiny and something called the Source. And frankly, I'm even more baffled. The other contractors seem to be just as antsy and nervous as I am. But the company men, the guys who've been with Trinity for a long time, they're drinking it up and asking for seconds. It's fucking Jonestown out here. We're preparing for an assault. Against who, you might ask? I mean, there's people here, like natives, lost in time. We're talking furs, skins, and iron arrowheads. We're about to go meet them with attack choppers and 50 cal machine guns. I'm on the wrong goddamn side of history.
Oh.
The hired guns can finish the sweep down here. We're needed back at base camp. Leave them to it. Roger, we're clear.
Right, this one's gonna be more stealthy. It's gonna prove a challenge. Don't move your head.
I'll check it out. You hear that? I'll go look.
All right. Once we finish scrubbing this site, you
Whoop.
guys can head on up.
No, no.
So what are we looking for exactly?
Command thinks
Someone's toying with us.
Oh, sugar plum.
Somebody's fucking with us. Oh, shit. We've got company.
Yeah, this is not gonna work.
moving into position.
Okay, stabbing in the back there. No!
Under fire.
Piss off.
He's hit.
Oh! Okay, you pissed me off. No!
Let's finish this.
Oh, no, you don't. No! Okay, I think I actually might have to go now. Okay. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Bye! Might be later on this afternoon.